Good morning and welcome to Morning Mistake. My name is Tony and today is Mistake Monday. As you may or may not know, Monday is my absolute favorite day. This is the day where we get everything started, but it's also the day we make most mistakes. And what better way to make mistakes than in front of the camera? So last time on Mistake Monday, we couldn't unfortunately guess what company it was. If you missed that episode, please go watch it, it's really good. So you probably already guessed it. For today's morning show, we're also gonna try to guess a company based on 3 clues. Those are historical context, a consequence, and a mistake the company made. So the rules of this game are really simple. I have 2 tries to identify the company, but I can listen to all the clues before placing my bet. So last time it didn't go so well because I placed my bet before listening to all the clues, but today we're gonna listen to all the clues before placing our bet. So the first one I'm gonna choose is mistake, because it's Mistake Monday. So the mistake is that the company kept focusing on hardware instead of software because the fear of alienating their current customers if they changed too much. So the first thing that actually comes to my mind is all the old phone companies like BlackBerry, Motorola, Nokia. And the second things that come to my mind is an old tech giant, Xerox. So let's talk about that. So the first group I want to talk about is all the old phones. Like back in the days we didn't have Apple, Samsung, Huawei, but instead we have the cool kids on the block, which were Nokia, Motorola, and BlackBerry. As we all know, in 2007 Steve Jobs announced the iPhone, and he was probably one of the key players to make the smartphone more popular. But even so, back in the days, Nokia and the other big brands still have a bigger market share than iPhones and smartphones. So in the late 2000s, Nokia, BlackBerry, and Motorola, they still have the superior hardware in their phones. But the others, they built on, the platform, the software, and it kept growing bigger and bigger, whereas the other, they have to start over every time they release a new phone, which resulted in that they got further and further behind. Eventually, companies like Nokia, they saw that they needed a new software updating, and they created their own operating system, Symbian, which was a direct competition to smartphones and iPhones. Obviously, it didn't go so well, and Nokia's mobile division ended up selling themselves to Microsoft, which made the Windows Phone. And the Windows Phone was initially a success, but it was quickly outcompeted by Android and iPhone again. Later, Microsoft ended up selling Nokia to HMD and Foxconn, where Nokia still today make smartphones with stock Android. But they haven't innovated anything new today. As for the other big brands, they kind of have a similar story. But BlackBerry, they on the other hand try to push the analog keyboard. I guess they haven't learned anything from their mistakes. So in the second group we have Xerox, and I think is a very good contender for the company we are looking for. Like Xerox was actually the first company that invented the PC, but because upper management thought that digitalization was too expensive, they would rather sell the copy machines. But right now we have too many options, so I'll try to pick the next one, and I think I'll choose consequence. So the consequence is the company overestimated their brand and came too late for the mobile phone race. Okay, so right now I'm thinking it's not Xerox, so it has to be a phone. Because it says phone. So right now it's like, what phone? Is it Nokia or is it Microsoft that came late to the race? I think I'll try to pick the last option as well. So the historical context is the company was one of the global leaders in mobile phones in the late 90s and throughout the 2000s. Why didn't I pick this one first? So the clue we got from the historical context eliminates basically Microsoft, so I think there is only Nokia left, but it says one of the global leaders, so it could be the other as well, but I'm thinking I'm going with Nokia. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah! I knew it! So right now I'm so happy that we won and we got revenge from last week. And even though Nokia is almost gone today, I will always remember, the first phone we have in our household, the 3310, and my first phone, the 3510i. If memory serves me correct, that is the first phone with a color display, or at least one of the first phone with a color display, which was at that time pretty awesome, and I will remember it forever. So this concludes today's morning show, and if you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So before you leave, please let me know down in the comment what your first phone was. I'm really interested to hear if you had the same phone as me or if you have another one, and I'll make sure to read all the comments, and thank you for watching.